Hey guys, it's Jamie from Guildbrook Farm and I'm going to show you how to make a quick pantry stew. So it's about 10:40. I've got about 20 minutes to throw together a meal for today because I'm going to be out the rest of the day. So I'm going to show you why having a really good stocked pantry is great for those last minute meals. What I'm going to make today is a pantry stew. Now you can put anything you want into it. We're going to go down in the basement and we're going to pick out a few things and see what we can come up with for this pantry stew. Beef stew, you need beef. So I have some canned beef. Let's see, we're going to throw some canned potatoes in there. I'm going to need some carrots, I think will be good. I'm running out of cans. That's chicken broth, you don't want that. Got some beef broth here. And some crushed tomatoes from the garden. And one other thing that I need is some tomato paste. Alright, we're going to go upstairs. I'm also going to need an onion because no stew is a real stew without some onion. And we're going to do some garlic as well. Let's go back upstairs. Okay, we're back upstairs. I went and grabbed some onion from the fridge. You probably won't need all of this. Probably about that amount. Now this is really the only prep work that I'm going to do. I need to saute these onions, and that's about it. Get that little stem out of there. Now I keep my garlic in this old stone mustard jar, and I poke some holes in the lid. I'll probably take out a couple garlics and crush those up. Okay, now we're just going to go saute these real quick, just till they're soft. We're going to put a little olive oil in the pan. You can use whatever oil you like. I don't like using coconut oil for this. I could use lard. I'm just going to stick with the olive oil for now. I'm going to let these soften and we're going to go start with the rest of the stew. Okay, so I'm going to make this in the crock pot because it is almost 11 o'clock in the morning and I won't be back until after 5 tonight. But you can also just do this in a pot. If you get home at 5 o'clock and you need to throw a meal together, you can just throw everything into a pot and do it right on the spot and just give it like a half an hour for all the flavors to meld. But since I have the time, I'm going to do this right now. So let's start with our beef. Now I'm going to drain this. We're going to put our beef in there. It's about 1 pound of beef. We're going to put in our potatoes, and again I'm draining all these. If you guys want to save the liquid, you can. I don't have time for that, so I'm just draining it and throwing it in. Same thing with the carrots. I'm going to drain them. Some crushed tomatoes. some beef broth. It's just spilled everywhere. I don't think we're going to use all that because I don't want it to be too liquidy. Just going to give these a quick stir. And back over here for some tomato paste. We only need a nice big heaping tablespoon of that. Now don't throw this out. You're going to want to put these in the ice cube trays like I did for the bouillon. And you can save these and pop them out. There'll be 1 tablespoon for throwing in any other recipes. There you go. Okay, our onions are about done. Just going to add these to the stew. Now you can add whatever you want to season it. We're going to add a little bit of Worcestershire. And a little bit of basil. And a little bit of extra garlic powder. Pinch of Himalayan sea salt. And some pepper. And to give it a little kick, I'm going to add a little pinch of cayenne pepper. Stir that up. To cut on the acid a little bit, I tend to add just a little pinch of organic sugar. Just a little. And I think probably a little parsley would be good in here. Now we're going to put this on low. So one other thing, before you go to eat it, you're going to want to thicken it a little bit. So I'm going to create a slurry now. I'll show you guys how to do that. And then when I come home from work, I'll just stir that in right before we go to eat it, and it'll thicken it up. To make a slurry, all you need is some sort of thickener. You can use flour or tapioca or cornstarch. I don't like using cornstarch because of the GMOs. I have some tapioca here that I'm going to use, and you just add a couple tablespoons to a dish. And you can add some cold water, but I have this beef broth here that I need to use up, so I'm just going to add this. And that's it. We'll just add this again right before we go to eat it, and it'll thicken it up. One other thing that I just thought of that's going to add some awesome flavor is the ham bouillon that I had saved. So we're going to throw 2 of these in there just to give it a little kick. That's it, guys. I'm off to the farm store. I'll see you in a little bit when I come back, and I'll show you how I finish up this really super quick pantry stew. Okay, I gotta grab my eggs and I'm out the door. 5:30 and I just finished up a very busy day at the store, and we're gonna head on home and see how that stew is doing. Okay guys, I just got home, took care of the chickens, and at 6 o'clock, let's check on our stew. Oh, I wish you guys could smell this. So I'm going to taste it to see if it needs seasoning. It's pretty close, just needs a little salt. And you guys, if it needs anything at this point, that's what you do, go ahead and add it. Maybe a little more pepper too. All right, so remember the slurry we made this morning? And you can make this right before you go to add it. I just so happened to make it this morning, but we're gonna get this stirred up. And then we're gonna add it in to thicken our stew. There it is. All right. See how nice and thick that just got? And that's it, guys. I mean, absolutely simple. This is why I can. This is one of the reasons that I can. It cannot get any simpler than this. Now, if you don't have a crock pot, no problem. You come home at 5:30, just go ahead and do the exact same thing that you saw me do this morning. Just saute your onions and your garlic, throw it into a pot, not a crock pot, throw it into a pot, and then add all your other ingredients, and then just bring it to a boil, turn it down to a simmer, and you can just let it simmer there for 30 minutes until all the flavors meld together. Same exact thing. Add your slurry, and you're good to go within like 30 minutes with all that canned stuff. Now, if you had to peel your potatoes and your carrots and saute your meat first and all that kind of stuff, that would take you so much longer. You have your stuff canned, you can throw it together really, really quickly. One last thing, we're gonna go check on our tomato paste, and I'm gonna put that in a baggie. All right, so here's our tomato paste. See if we can get it out of the container. There we go. Go ahead and put those in the freezer for next time I need tomato paste. Super simple, guys. I know I promised you guys how to use up some of those canned goods. There's another recipe. The first one was how to stretch your meat with a white sauce. And here's another one with stew. I have a couple more coming. So if you like this kind of stuff, like and subscribe, and we'll have more coming. And if you guys have any tips or tricks of your own as far as what you guys use for what kind of recipes you guys use with your canned goods, leave those down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Alright guys, I'm going to eat some of the stew. We'll see you in the next video.